Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at the time. Just checking as I do these in the morning, and I'm off to work and then the gym, so I kind of, anyway. Okay, so have a look at the masculine energies for the week and see what's going on for the masculine. Oh. Wow. In the general energy report, I talked about the massive amount of energy that built up, like the chaotic energy that was building up and then being released. So this week for the masculine, there is this star, there's hope. You know, the masculine has not had hope for quite some time. They've been very trapped in the 3D matrix world, very trapped in their emotional life too, not being able to move out of it, kind of like cut off from their emotions. They always kind of have been. And, not connecting the heart with the head and the solar plexus area here, which is where the feeling center is. And, when all these things are blocked and not, the energy builds up, it can create chaos in all of us. So, and there's no balance whatsoever. So what is actually happening now as that energy is starting to be released, as the solar flares come through, the sun is hitting all of us and shifting and moving. That amount of light is shifting us very quickly out of these toxic energies and into lighter, more loving energies. And for once in his life, the masculine is beginning to see that there is hope for balancing out his energies in the future, because there's a card of balance. So it's very interesting. We're very, the masculine is being fast-tracked pretty much because there is no more time now. We have to move, we have to shift, because our paradigm and ionosphere is shifting and moving and changing. We have the so this is what is hidden, is the Three of Swords. So a lot of heartache for the masculine. It can be old woundings from past relationships, any kind of wounds. But now he's kind of like, this is what's hidden, very, very hidden. And he's kind of not really, I'm going to get another card for that and just clarify exactly what the energy is around that. So, yeah, he's coming into an understanding that his past relationships and heartache and heartbreak have manifested a life that is where he has not been able to access his emotional life and actually be able to heal that heartbreak. And so he's brought a lot of that heartache and heartbreak into his present life situation, but still remains unhealed. And so what's hidden is that now he's beginning to see exactly how that has kept him trapped in the 3D matrix world, and how now he is able to sort of like move through this heartache through, this is really interesting, a younger feminine energy. Interesting. Oh, so that's interesting. The Prince of Staves. So I'll just have a look and see what's going on there. And this is the process he needs to actually move from a prince to the king of wands, so that he's able to take action in his own life. So it's kind of like, and so what I'm hearing is it can be in the when I talk about the younger feminine, it can be in the form of a daughter, or a granddaughter or anything like that. That younger feminine energy is actually opening his eyes as to how he can access that feeling center, especially in his solar plexus, and connecting it to his heart center. So it will clear the way to healing his heart. This is really interesting. So, so that then he can actually move forward into a more loving space. Very interesting. We have the Two of Pentacles. So this is about balancing out to his financial world, and also to balancing out his whole entire world of who he is within the earth structure, this new earth structure, because you know, he needs to leave the heartbreak behind and those old energies behind. And it makes sense that because he is in these prince energies, so he's in the younger masculine energies, which can be a little bit immature, but because of that immaturity, it will lead him into something that, like a feminine energy that resonates with him on that level. But what it is actually doing, it's helping him and allowing him to access his inner life through the heart center and through the feeling center that he has for this younger feminine. And it can actually come in the form of a daughter or a granddaughter. So this younger energy is allowing him to open his heart center. That makes sense. And so, yeah, so there's a new beginning in the financial, like, was it about finances? Because for the masculine, it's all about the 3D physical world, his physical world, the physicality of who he is, and and the dragonfly also. So it's all about moving forward, but in a way that is lighter and, okay. So this is another message I'm getting about the younger feminine. Okay. Right. It will be leading him into his heart center, but what he will also have to understand is that the immaturity of who he actually is. Let me just see. I'm trying to actually get a hold of what is coming through, because dragonflies mean illusion. So I wonder. Okay, right. So because it's very, very difficult what he is going through at the moment. The masculine is going through huge amounts of change, and it is very, very discombobulating. These energies are huge because they're shifting him out of where he actually, of where he is and from the heartache. But what is happening is that he's wanting to shift into something that is lighter, brighter, prettier, like this bauble type of brighter, shining type of thing. He wants the darkness of his life that has been his life, where it's kept him trapped. He's trying to actually manifest this newer earth or his newer vision of what he would actually like in his life, but is seeing it, but it's in the illusionary form of the younger feminine, if that makes sense, because it's all bauble and sweet and pretty and light. So it's something that he can focus on to get him out of that darker aspect of self, of who he actually is within this earth structure, this old earth structure. So moving out of that and also moving out of himself through out of his head and the blocked chakras here, he's moving into the heart center, which has been broken, and to manifest the the taking out of the swords. He's wanting to manifest a lighter, brighter version of where he's been, but is choosing to focus on something that is light and bauble, not recognizing that it is actually an illusion. This is not it's a beautiful thing to look at. It's a beautiful thing to be, and it can be very, very fresh and lovely and light, and it can actually come, as I said, in the form of a granddaughter or a daughter as he watches. It's sort of like watching a beautiful young thing dance in the sun, or like a dragonfly dancing in the sun. But what he actually, and it's a respite for him in a way, before he moves, but so that, it's interesting, so that he doesn't have to focus on the darkness that he has left behind. But what he'll have to actually understand is that what he's looking at is illusionary. It's an illusion. It will not maintain a healthy, long-lasting aspect of self of which he's actually trying to manifest. But it is still helpful, and it is still necessary for him to move out of that darker structure and that old life. He has to be able to leave that behind. And so this is like a stepping stone in a way to being able to move into a greater sense of self and an understanding of who he really is, you know. So it's a light, loving energy, but it will not maintain him for a long time. He will have to blink and that little young girl will be gone, and he'll have to then move into something that is far greater. But it is allowing him to leave the past behind in a way, kind of like, you know, to heal. It's a part of the healing process for the masculine, the healing of his heart structure, which has actually, you know, been broken in the past by past relationships with maybe toxic feminines, you know. So interesting. So this is his process, so that then he will move into the King of Pentacles. That is the goal. But, you know, that is coming, but it is kind of like he will understand the deception eventually of what that is. This light, bauble kind of world and this lovely light sort of energy can only stay for a little while. It can't remain because it's not real, you know, it's an illusion. That focusing on something light and fluffy will only last for a very, very short time. It can't maintain. It will become tired for him, and he'll actually look and go, ooh, you know, those wounds are still there. I need to look, because what I thought, if I don't focus on that and I focus on this, which is light and bauble, this takes me away from this for a little while. But eventually, yeah, he'll recognise that can't maintain him, and his swords are still there. But what it will do for him is, like, it is this respite, but what it will do for him is make him realise that that this type of lighter energy is what is really after, and he'll become very tired of these swords, and will actually recognise that he will have to heal to become a deeper version of, and a more loving version of, and a truer version of himself. Because he will realise that all of it is a deception. All this light, bauble stuff will be a deception, which will then lead him into a new state of unconditional love for himself. So yeah, that's the energies that are happening this week for the masculine. Yeah, that took me to a place I didn't really think that was going. But anyway, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, convoluted way. I shall see you anon. Bye for now.